And welcome back to Prep Recruiting Insider, PRI, here at NOLA Motorsports Park in Avondale. I'm the host of PRI, Rick Gailey, your coach for Prep Recruiting Insider, along with our Prep Recruiting Insider, the man that has all the energy, the Energizer Bunny of PRI, Renee Nato. And it's our pleasure to have Coach John White of the St. Thomas Aquinas Falcons as our special guest today. John, welcome to NOLA Motorsports Park and PRI.
Thank you all for inviting me. John, you know, every coach wants to have you have their team ready every week, and you do. But you've become the hunted, and you want to make sure sometimes that your players don't read the newspapers and listen to the TV and stuff and how good they really are. How tough is that to handle that balance?
It's tough, but I mean, we have a senior bunch, so I'm very fortunate there. They've been around for 4 years, obviously, so they know what's expectations are when they hit the practice field and game field, so that helps out a lot. You know, when you have 21 of them, that plays a big role in practice, and I speak with them every day about it. Yesterday I mentioned to them yesterday about practice, about, hey, it's important we develop some more leaders at practice, and I'm very fortunate to have this group.
And you've been developing that attitude over a period of time now. It didn't happen right away. It hasn't just happened recently. You've seen a steady progress since you've been at STA. Talk about what you had to do when you became the head coach there, what you had to do to lay the foundation for what y'all are accomplishing now.
Well, the first thing I did, I tried to get as many boys out for football. You know, guys that played other sports, encourage them to play football, and the numbers began to grow. And at one point, it was up to about 70 football players. Right now, we're at 54, which is a good number for 2A football. Get them in the weight room, talk about how important off-season weights are and conditioning. You know, be very positive, motivating them. Cut practice time back. You know, you don't want to go out there for a long time, okay? You know, yeah, it's great for starters to practice a long time, but you got to be concerned about your freshmen and lower class guys, getting them involved. And so we shorten practice up. You know, I'm not saying that it's short, but we don't have a lot of wasteful time. We get out there, we get it done, we get in.
You've got something that you're pretty proud of with a new stadium, new facilities and stuff, and kind of talk a little bit about that. You've got a lot of support there.
Right. This is our 20th season as a varsity team. And Pete Valenti Field was dedicated back in 1995 as the first head football coach at the school who died in his first season of cancer. And so we dedicated the field for him in 1995. Now we rededicated because now we're playing home varsity games there. It's a beautiful stadium. It holds about 1,700. We got lights. It's always been turtleback turf and everything, and underground water sprinkler system. But now we're playing home games there, and you know, just have to pick a great season to have home games. You know, being 7-0, ranked in the top 10, having such a good senior class, and just a good football team. So we're very fortunate. It's a great atmosphere for high school football. We played Southeastern for so many years, and that's a great venue there. You know, you have turf. You don't have to paint the field. You just show up and play football. That's nice. But that stadium holds off a lot of people there. And when you only put in 1,500, it might seem a little empty. You put in 1,500 in our stadium, it's a great atmosphere. It's nothing like playing at home, and we enjoy it.
And it's nothing like painting a field either every week. Do you do that, or do you assign it to somebody
No,
else?
I'm one of those crazy coaches. I enjoy painting the field. Coach Stanton, I was talking about, we got a home game tomorrow, and I can't wait to play my 80s tunes on the PA system as I paint the football field. I'm very fortunate to have a staff that helps with me paint the field. We do a real good job. But you know, all these years, the last 9 years, you know, we had to go on the road for home games, and I look forward to it. I really enjoy painting the field.
That's believe me, that is rare, okay? But it's also one of the many jobs that a high school head coach has to do, even though I was much better at assigning tasks like that than doing them myself.
Well, John, interesting, your background. You played baseball as a catcher and a pitcher at Jones College. How did that prepare you for your role as a head football coach at St. Thomas Aquinas?
Well, I don't know if it prepared me. I just know I love athletics. I love sports. And that is the sport I happen to, I guess, been fortunate, better off playing that sport at college than any other sport. But I just love sports. I love competing. You know, I love winning. I love being around the kids. I love being around coaches. You know, every day is not work. You know, it's not a job. It's something we enjoy doing. We get paid for it. But I've been very fortunate to be around a lot of good coaches. You know, Mickey Roussel, Tommy Fernandez, Coach Frank Monica coached me in high school. So, you know, those guys are great coaches. You know, so I've been very fortunate there. And like I said, I enjoy athletics. I really enjoy it. And now, 25 years in, I enjoy teaching. You know, I enjoy getting in the classroom, teaching American history. You know, that's a subject I love. So, you know, I've been blessed. You know, I get paid to do what I love to do.
And you mentioned that you started at Riverside both as a student and as a player, and later on as a teacher and a coach, and you live next door to Elaine and I in Laplace with your mother and father and your brother Matt. I mean, just a wonderful family. Now you moved to the North Shore in the Hammond area. How unusual was it, or how strange did it feel last year to have to play Riverside in the playoffs? Because it wasn't just that you attended there; your family was very, very involved in what they were doing.
Well, I can remember the first time I was coaching St. Thomas. We played them in a regular season game. Coach Russo was coaching the team. I think we were 2-2 at the time. Very young group, and I'm always nervous before the game, but that game took a little bit more on. I got to go back to my old high school and coach on the field, but on the sidelines. It was difficult, but it was good in a way, because you're back home, you see a lot of familiar faces on the other side. You get to see those guys again. But now the North Shore, since I've been at St. Thomas, we have always fall scrimmage against them. I'll play them in the regular season. So you get familiar with that. You get in routine, so it's no longer Riverside. It's just another school. But does it take more meeting to me? Yes, because I played there, coached there. My family members went there, still know a ton of people over there. So it has a little bit more meaning. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the coaching staff knows when we play Riverside, I get a little more hyped up. But I think I try to get hyped up for every game. But they're a good program, and I was fortunate to be part of that program for 10 years. But look forward to playing them. This past year, I got to play St. Charles Catholic, who I'm very familiar with. Like I said, Coach Monica coached me in high school, and that was a jamboree, and it's nice to have an opportunity to play them. But we look forward to playing just about anybody we have on our schedule. But that game is a little bit more meaningful.
John, recruiting has evolved, and as a player and now as a coach, how closely do you monitor the recruiting? Because you got some players on this team that get a lot of attention.
Well, today, if you're a high school athlete, you need to promote yourself. You got to go to these camps during the summer. They always got a college holding a camp, pay $25, $30, go out there, and you perform in front of them. They're going to evaluate you there. Video today, huddle. You make your own highlight tapes. You email it to coaches. Coaches still come on campus and ask questions about your athletes. Got any particular kid that could help us, or any up and coming underclassmen? So we still have that old recruiting process, but everything's basically new. I approach the kids and they give me information, who's looking at them and who's offering them. Sometimes I'm the last guy to know, okay, which is not a problem. The most important thing is our kids are getting recruited and getting looked at. And we encourage our kids to make highlight tapes and send them off to colleges. We encourage them to go to these camps, and that's what it's about. This off season during the summer, you got to go to these camps. If you want to get a college scholarship or be recruited hard, you got to go to these camps. But colleges do still come on in the springtime, and of course in the wintertime they come by and visit as well.
And you're in 2A, but you play in Division III once you get to the playoffs. In just in the last 30 seconds, Calvary Baptist, Riverside, Notre Dame, St. Charles Catholic, Washita Christian, Country Day, Madison Prep, Catholic of New Iberia. Wow, you got something to really look forward to, don't you?
Yes, yes, it's a very tough division. We knew that going in. This year's change. They take the top 16. Last year, everybody qualified, so some teams are going to be sitting home this year. We're fortunate we would not be sitting at home. Right now we're focusing on winning out to try and get the home field advantage. And it's tough. It's tough, but they're all tough in the playoffs. Playoffs are about good teams making it and qualifying and playing each other. It's not about a team squeaking in at 1-9 or 2-8 getting in there. That's not playoffs. So we're looking forward to it. Right now we're extremely healthy.
And that's Coach John White of the St. Thomas Aquinas Falcons. Thanks for being with us today, John, and bringing your players and a special guest later on in the show as well. This is NOLA Motorsports Park at Avondale, Prep Recruiting Insider. We're in the Event Center, one of the great facilities for your next special event. We're going to be right back after this timeout.